Yo, what is up guys? It's me, Zachary. NBA rookie. Probably one of the things that us NBA fans look forward to the most about every single NBA season. We all know this. Even if your team doesn't make a big free agent signing or a huge trade, you still at least most of the time, unless you're a Brooklyn Nets fan, have a rookie to look forward to watching in the upcoming season. It brings me the feeling that I got when I was like a kid during Christmas watching my rookie play for the first time. However, during Christmas when I would get some coal, a used toothbrush, and a roll of toilet paper, I wouldn't feel nearly as disappointed then as I do now when it turns out that the rookie my team drafted is a bust. That is one of the worst feelings us NBA fans have to endure in our lives. As a Pistons fan, I've had to endure a lot of them. That might not be the case this year. We're going to be talking about NBA rookies. See, this is one of the most hyped up draft class we have seen in a very, very long time. Lonzo Ball, Josh Jackson, De'Aaron Fox, Jason Tatum, Dennis Smith Jr., Malik Monk, LeVar Ball, all of those names you have heard almost on a daily basis if you've been paying attention to anything this summer. And all of those guys are supposed to be really freaking good players. We're gonna be talking about rookies, but not any of those rookies. They get enough shine. Everyone knows who they are. My job today is to shine some light on the people who might not get as much shine. Give some shine to the little guy because everybody deserves some shine. I'm gonna be talking about some of these rookies that are really good, but that you might not know as much about as the other guys. Let's go. Let's be honest here, it's been a rough season for the Utah Jazz. They are one of the biggest L holders of 2017. Whenever you lose your franchise player for nothing in free agency, that comes with a gigantic L attached to it. I'm sorry, that's just the way it is. However, for Jazz fans, you still do have a little bit to look forward to. Of course, there's Rudy Gobert, and now there's also Donovan Mitchell too. The Utah Jazz traded for him on draft night, and that was the best thing that could possible, not the best thing that could happen to them this summer. It was a good thing that could happen to them this summer. Donovan Mitchell, the 6'3" undersized shooting guard. A lot of questions around him coming into the NBA, whether or not he could score given his size. He has already banished a bunch of his doubters and haters to the shadow realm with his summer league performance. Donovan Mitchell had the highest scoring game out of any player in the summer league this year when he dropped 37 points. He played in 2 Summer League series. He played both the Utah and the Las Vegas Summer League. In the Utah Summer League, he averaged like 15 or so points per game. However, in the Vegas Summer League, he averaged 28 points per game. So the man can get buckets. However, the thing that not too many people are talking about when it comes to Donovan Mitchell is his defense. He is already looking like he could become one of the best two-way players in the NBA. He's got a little bit of Avery Bradley in him. He might have averaged 15 points in the Utah Summer League, but he also had 3.5 steals to go along with those 15 points. And if you think 3.5 steals per game is good, in the Vegas Summer League, he upped that not to 4, not to 5, not to 7, not to 8, not to 9, but to 6 steals per game. And that's pretty much the reason why Utah wanted him. Of course, he can help out with their offense, but they like defense. They're a defensive-oriented team, and he's going to fit right in with them. Who that? Exactly. Kaleb Swanigan, the guy that I hope works out the most because the Portland Trailblazers desperately need what he can bring to the table. He's an undersized power forward, only 6'8", but in the paint and on the glass, he plays much big. Great rebounder, had the second highest number of rebounds in the Las Vegas Summer League at just under 11 per game, which will be great for the Blazers because outside of Jusuf Nurkic, no one on that team can get more than 5 rebounds a game. So that's great. He's gonna help them out a lot there. But the better news is he also fits in with the Portland's idea of offense. He can shoot 3. Kaleb Swanigan can shoot 3s. Matter of fact, he was a 44% three-point shooter back in college when he averaged 18.5 points and 12.5 rebounds per game. And that also showed in the Vegas Summer League where he continued that by averaging 16 points per game, shooting the 3-ball pretty well too. If I were Mo Harkless, I'd just be ready to be sitting on the bench a lot more because this guy does everything that you do and more. The Hawks are about to be a pile of hot garbage this year, but it's about time that this happened. The Atlanta Hawks for who knows how many years now have been the symbol of mediocrity in the NBA. That is the worst thing you can be in the NBA. To be honest, I'd rather see my favorite team win 2 or 3 games over the course of 3 seasons and wind up in the lottery than to be the Atlanta Hawks for the past who knows how many years. And they are about to be much worse. Paul Millsap, gone. Dwight Howard, gone. Kyle Korver, gone. All they have left is Dennis Schroeder, but that's not a bad thing considering Dennis Schroeder is Flames if you guys didn't know. Check out that playoff series against John Wall when the Hawks took the Wizards to 7 games. Dennis Schroeder was balling out against John Wall, but now they might have another guy to pair with Dennis Schroeder going forward into the future in John Collins. John Collins is another athletic big man, not undersized. He's a great jumper. He can get up there. He can put you on a poster in a blink of an eye if you're not being careful. And he's also a great rebounder. Maybe you can see some type of Dennis Schroeder, John Collins pick and roll. And for his rookie year, I see him being like a Kenneth Faried this year. Remember when Kenneth Faried was a rookie, the guy was averaging almost 10 points and 10 rebounds per game. He was a walking double-double. They call him the Manimal. I can see John Collins doing something similar. He's white and he can shoot. Oh, that man just a Kyle Korver. Forgot he from Duke. All right, maybe he a JJ Redick. You know how many times I've heard that? Even coming from other Pistons fans. Well, if you watched him play at all, then you would know that isn't true. I'm not about to say this to say that he's as good as these two players. I'm not insane. If anything, if you're trying to compare him to other players in the league, you're better off saying Manu Ginobili or James Harden. Once again, I'm not saying he's as good as those two players, but that's just what his game kind of resembles. He can shoot, but he is also a very, very crafty player that can set his teammates up. He's a shooting guard that you can also run the offense too, kind of like James Harden and Manu Ginobili. He's also a lefty, so that helps with the comparison too. He was really solid in the summer league. He was putting up 17 points per game on 46% shooting, 4 rebounds, and basically 3 assists per game. He played the game at his own pace, kind of like Manu Ginobili and James Harden. He wasn't necessarily slow, but he just did things at his own pace. Might become one of my favorite players in the NBA just off of his name alone. Bam Adebayo. Say that name, it's just so fun to say. Bam Adebayo. I talked about John Collins and Kaleb Swanigan being these athletic bigs that can do damage around the rim, right? Well, yeah, that's true, but compared to Bam Adebayo, compared to that man Bam, it's not even a comparison. Bam is one of the unique players that can jump twice before most players jump once. He's an insane athlete. The man can ball. He'll get you some blocks and he'll get you some rebounds, and he also has a knack for being in the right place at the right time to get some easy cleanup points on the offensive end. Like most rookie big men, his post game it needs some work. He's not the most polished offensive player, and the Miami Heat are just going to use him as a rebounder and a shot blocker. If he can do those two things, he will get some very valuable play time. The only problem I see with him is that, of course, the Miami Heat already have Hassan Whiteside. You don't really want to use a lineup of Bam Adebayo and Hassan Whiteside because that could cause some spacing issues. However, Whiteside did say that he developed a 3-point shot this summer, so maybe that'll help out a bit. Kind of strange since the man did win the Summer League Finals MVP. If you won that, how could you not be talked about? I asked myself the same thing, but of course it's because of all the other players in the draft, especially his teammate Lonzo Ball. Is gonna have much more people talking about him than Kyle Kuzma. But if there's a player that everyone should be watching, it should be Kyle Kuzma, because he's a player that a lot of questions are gonna be surrounding him this season. It was phenomenal in the Summer League, and that's the thing. People were like, he might be too good in the Summer League. The dude shot 48% from 3. This isn't a college 3. This is an NBA 3. He shot 48%. It's not like he wasn't attempting 3s. He shot over 50 of them and averaged 21 points in the Summer League. On top of that, he's a stretch 4 kind of thing. He might be a power forward, but you can give the ball to him. He can make some plays for his teammates. It's like a more agile, better shooting Julius Randle. And that being said, if I were Julius Randle, I'd be kind of nervous about my playing time. Matter of fact, Julius Randle got in really good shape this summer. I wonder if that could have anything to do with the Lakers getting Kyle Kuzma. If both he and Randle develop into very quality players for the Lakers going forward, then they will have some deadly options in a small ball. Offensively, that will be super dangerous. Defensively, it will be a different story. But that's going to lead us to the question of the day. What rookie don't you think is getting enough shine? It can't really be anyone in the top 10 because a lot of those guys are already getting the shine to the max treatment. What other rookie do you think isn't being noticed enough. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below, but now let's take a look at what you guys said in yesterday's video. And yesterday, after news broke that Kyrie Irving wants to be traded to the Clippers as well as the other teams, I asked you guys if you think a Kyrie to the Clippers trade is possible, and if so, what it will look like, and here is what you said. Question of the day: the Clippers get Kyrie Irving and Tristan Thompson, and the Cavs get DeAndre Jordan, Patrick Beverley, Lou Williams, and pick. It'll be really difficult to make a Cleveland Clippers trade happen. Both Lou Williams and Patrick Beverley can't be traded alongside other players. A trade involving those two teams will probably include DeAndre and Milos. It would also be interesting to see a trade between the Pistons and Andre Drummond. You're right, Lou Williams and Patrick Beverley can't be traded till like December, I believe. So the trade would have to center around DeAndre Jordan, and the Cavs won't do Kyrie for DeAndre straight up. So it's not possible without the help of a third team. And if a third team doesn't get involved, they'd really have to want DeAndre Jordan. Kyrie to the Clippers is possible, but I don't think it's very likely. Like always, though, don't forget to leave your answer for today's question of the day down in the comment section below. But other than that, thank you once again for watching the video. Hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more daily NBA videos. Until tomorrow, keep getting the Bucks, Team SDC, and I'm out of here. Peace!